Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today we're going to be talking about starting a body care business on Etsy. So, I would say that I am still currently in the process of starting my business. If you want to check out my Etsy shop, it is in the bio, but I will warn you, it is still a work in progress because I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing. You know, entrepreneur life, I guess. But I thought that since I already had the YouTube platform, then I'd come on and share everything that I've been doing so far on my journey and how that's been going because I need to talk to somebody about this. And I feel like the people in my personal life, like, yeah, they kind of get it, but they also have other things to do. So, let's come on here and see if anybody's interested in hearing all of the stuff that I've been doing. So, the first thing that I will be talking about is how I first went about, like, my first steps. I think this is going to be like a little series. So, I'll do like an introductory first steps of what I did. Before we start, full disclaimer, I am in Canada, so everything that I have done is very Canada based, Canada related. And I know that there are some differences between starting up in Canada and starting up in the US. So if you are in the US, yes, you can still feel free to watch, but just remember that the information that is being relayed probably may not relate to you in this specific video, but I'll let you know when the ingredients and like materials and equipment stuff is going on. That might be a separate video, but that one may be a little bit more related to you. So, the first thing that I did when I thought up this business and decided that I was going to start it is go and make a Actually, I didn't make a business account. I registered my account. Yes, absolutely. I registered my trade name using Owner. So if you don't know what Owner is, and this is not a sponsored video, but if they feel like sponsoring, Owner is an RBC website. I think it's like an affiliate or they own it. Unsure. But you can go on Owner and you can choose, which one you want to register, if you want to incorporate a business or make a sole proprietorship. I'm unsure of if they do partnerships, but I know that they do incorporating and sole proprietorships. Their fees for the sole proprietorship is around $60, so it's not that steep. And you put in all of your information, like what you want the business to be named and other sensitive information that I will not be telling y'all on this video. But you put all of that information in, and they essentially handle the process of running the Nuance name search and doing all of the registration things that you could alternatively just go to any registry and do. But I found that the process was a lot smoother with Owner, and it is one place where I can have like a digital copy of all of my registration documents, and it's smoother. It's wonderful. If you are someone who would like to open your business account, which is the next thing we're going to talk about, but if you'd like to open your business account with RBC, with Owner, I think you get, I don't know if it's 100 or 300, but you do get some money in your business account if you register with Owner and then open a business account with RBC. So if that's something you're interested in, wonderful. But I did not do that because I wanted to keep my personal and business banking in the same bank, and I don't bank with them. So, moving into the next thing that I did, which is take all of my registration documents down to the bank and open a business banking account. I would suggest that you do a little bit of research and see the different options at the different banks for business accounts. The one that I have is essentially like an e-commerce business banking account. So it was nice because I don't have any monthly fees, and that is really saving me right now with trying to, fund everything for the startup cost and doing all of the business related stuff, because startup costs are expensive, and we'll talk about it in the next video. But my god, like, I'm getting flashbacks doing my accounting all the time. But I would recommend that you look around and see, just choose a business account that fits your needs and what you would like to do. I chose one that had absolutely no monthly fees to begin with, but maybe I'll upgrade once we start getting running with sales and etc. When you're setting up your business account, I would also recommend that you set up a checkings and a savings account at the same time. And mm, if you feel confident in applying for a credit card, I would do so. I personally have not done that, but that's because I would like to wait until my business starts getting more income and the card isn't solely reliant on my personal expenses, because I am still in school, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but yeah, I would apply for a credit card if you are confident in doing so and confident in, the investment that you would like to make in this business, and that you got the funds to back up them giving you a credit card. The checkings account is basically, that's where your money is going to be going into. So the checking account is necessary. The savings I would recommend getting, even if you aren't like charging taxes right now, because you shouldn't be until you make $30,000 consecutively in 4 consecutive quarters. That is when you usually start charging the GST, but still get the savings account now. So when you do end up starting charging GST, then you have somewhere to put that money for when you have to file the taxes. Because as a business, you do have to file your taxes, like pay taxes to the CRA quarterly. So having somewhere to put those taxes and like separate that money, beneficial. And you don't want to be going back and forth to the bank to open this and sign all this paperwork. Might as well just do it the first time. And then the credit card is for business expenses, and it will help you with your accounting. Trust me, my accountant is mad at me. So it will absolutely help you with all the business accounting and keeping all of the purchases and the finances separate from your personal. So that's what I would recommend at the banking situation. The next thing that I did after I got the registration of the business and the trade name and the banking situation sorted out, I went and took a class. Yeah, technically, it was under my therapist's recommendation of me getting a hobby, but I took a soap making class and I quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So I bought some of the supplies because they were discounted after the class, bought them from the person who did the class, came home and started making some soap, whipping with some batches and all of that. I started with a melt and pour and honestly didn't really like how it felt. Like, I feel like the melt and pour base that I used, I'm not a huge fan of it, and I don't like how the soap felt on my body. It smelled amazing, but it felt like it was drying out my skin, and I did not like that. So I made another batch of cold process. I went and got some oils and stuff and made some cold process soap, which, if you know anything about soap, cold process takes 4 to 6 weeks to cure. So I wasn't using that. And I can't be putting that on the store yet. But I did it. I enjoyed the process again. I made sure that it was something that I could do at home and I had the equipment for and all of that. But yeah, figured it out, loved it, will be doing it. But after I figured out that it was something that I could do at home and that I liked and I could make in larger batches, I went and set up my Etsy store. Now, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there about setting up an Etsy and doing that. I would recommend that you watch those because I do not think that I can confidently do a tutorial on how to set up an Etsy shop. Because if you look at mine, yeah, but that's about it for the introduction. The next video in the series is definitely going to be all of the materials that I bought and about a rough ballpark of how much they cost and where I got them. And spoiler alert, a lot of them came from Dollarama. But thank you so much for watching this little introductory video, this little all over the place introduction. Make sure to check out my Etsy store, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!